My name is Rama Carl. I am Professor of Digital Media and Animation at Florida Gulf Coast University. One of the goals of our Interaction Lab at FGCU is to support novices developing high-quality animations by using motion capture data. In this final video, I'll show you how to build an MC rig to animate using motion capture data. This is really valuable if you want to animate complex, rich motions quickly and easily. And we're starting with our FK rig that already has bones and skin bound together. I'm going to create an MC rig which is going to be used for motion capture. To do that, I go back to definition, and if I have no control rig, if I've already deleted my control rig, then I should see these icons available again. And this time I'm going to click on the custom rig icon. To create the custom rig, I need to map each of the joints to the custom control rig. I do this using a control rig file, an XML file, and those files are available on dmdmotionlab.com. And here's an example of one. If I edit a custom rig file, it's basically an XML file with the names of joints and their mappings. So you can use this as a template. And this one is unique because it also includes fingers. So we have all of the fingers included in this custom rig mapping file. So right now everything's already been renamed to old man. You can see that everywhere that I have this old man underscore or old man, that name is unique. So if I was to create a different character, I might select all of this in Notepad and hit Control H to rename. And then I would rename this to something other, some other character underscore, and replace all of that. This file will be used as your source for creating a custom rig, as it creates a mapping between the body and the motion capture data. Use the load button here in Maya and load that specific custom rig. And so now you should see green everywhere indicating that the custom rig has been created successfully. Now you have a motion capture rig. But there's no data yet for animation. There's no target and there's no data for the motion. So this is the point I want to save this and call this my motion capture rig. So I'm going to call this Old Man MC, referring to motion capture rig. Now to test it, I need some data, and we can get that from the DMD Motion Lab website. If we go under Motion Library, you'll find there's DMD data here and CMU data. I'll use maybe this for an example. And you need both a target, which represents the hardware where this came from, and you need a motion. So I'm going to download both a motion and a motion target and use those to get started. All I need to do is drag drop the motion target, and I should see the motion capture target in the back. I can remap my rig over to that target by selecting the source for the character to be the motion data, the CMU motion target. And so now this rig is following the motion target. In order to animate, the last thing I need is motion data, and so I'm going to switch over to an animation pipeline by using the animation panel at the top left. And I'm going to display the time editor. I'm just going to drag drop a motion clip into the time editor. And when this panel comes up that says rename workspaces, I just want it to be from BBH to BBH. Do apply and close. And now I have this motion here as a time slider that I can just scroll through. And the character should start animating with that motion. I can change the playback to be 24 FPS if I want it to be more real time instead of every frame, and then we'll get more of the correct timing. When you finally create a reusable rig, there's several features that are really valuable about having a reusable rig. Notice if I go to the geometry, again, the transformation, translate, rotate, and scale are still set to identity. And it is also true for the joints. The joints also, the highest level, also has translate, rotate, and scale set to identity. The rig, however, represents the whole character, and I can move that around freely. So I can move around the character. Keep in mind that this is the CMU motion target, which it can actually hide if I don't want to see it. I can move around the character, and I can even rotate the character and even with those changes, if I click play, the character is still working properly with that transformation. I can also, even if I want to, I can scale the character up and down. And remember, I'm doing this on the rig. I can even scale the rig up and down, and it will still work properly at whatever scale I want the character to be. So there will be no artifacts because I've set this up as a really clean, reusable rig. With this completed MC rig, you can now work with many mocap clips, edit them in the time editor, and splice them together to create complex motions easily. I hope you've enjoyed this series. See you again soon.